issue that we are all worried about because of the specific circumstances of South Africa, and it's most regrettable and most unfortunate. I think that the young people of South Africa do not know what happened before they gained their freedom. The whole of this continent stood behind South Africa. The whole of Africa stood behind South Africa to fight against apartheid. I remember all of us growing up as secondary school children, went on marches, were part of the African Youth Command, we demonstrated, we boycotted classes and all that, all in the fight against apartheid. Indeed, for several of the countries where their citizens have been brutalized in South Africa, these are countries that were called frontline states that harbored the freedom fighters, of South Africa and gave them safe haven, gave them passports, to be able to avoid the clutches of the apartheid regime. And even Nigeria, even though not a neighbor of South Africa, was considered a frontline state because of the economic contribution that Nigeria did to the ANC to be able to liberate South Africa from apartheid. And so it is regrettable that the same people who fought against apartheid, are being attacked in this way. The pictures we've seen are very horrible. As ECOWAS, we've issued a statement condemning what is happening. The unfortunate thing is this is not the first time. It keeps flaring up. And so while we're condemning this incident, we must work with the South African government to ensure that this...
I'm going to talk to you. You should come home. And then all you foreigners within Ghana, we did not ask you to go. When you guys told Ghanaians to leave Nigeria, Ghana must go. We even have a Ghana must go back in Ghana. Plenty Nigerians, because of your country is unstable with politics, with security, with your currency. You even have Boko Haram, terrorist groups. You are in our country free. Most of you have taken even Ghana cards, have even called yourself Kweku, what, and have adopted names. Even lied and said you are half Ghanaian. We live with you peacefully. Look at South Africa. This is not the first incident, second incident, third incident. But yeah, you come to Ghana. MTN is a South African company. ShopRite is a South African company. This must stop. We shouldn't say keke that, hey, it's wrong. Every South African is responsible. Even if you are appalled, do something about it. Because there's no such thing as a pure race. You are wrong to say that. We are all one people. Even within our local tribes within Ghana, we can never say there's a pure race. The jobs you South Africans cannot do is the jobs this Ghanaian person chose to do. Every human rights organization should be appalled and contest and talk about this atrocity. The president of Ghana must stand and say no and must do something about it. Either you stop these acts or you take your companies out of our country, because you cannot beat and maltreat and abuse our citizens. Just because we are foreigners going to your country to work doesn't mean that our country is broken. I was born in the U.S. Both of my parents are Ghanaians. One is coming from Eastern region, another one is coming from Ashanti region. My parents always instilled Ghanaian values, from eating fufu, wearing certain African clothing, and so forth like that. You speak Tree, I understand it fully. My name is Beatrice Owaterwa Sian, or better known as Nanaya. My parents always instilled that though you were born in the U.S. as an African, but you will come home. You will use whatever talents you have learned in the U.S. to build motherland Ghana. And we are not just building one Ghana. We are supposed to be united as Africans. Look how Trump and how ISIS is being done. Is that the same appalling act you are condoning in South Africa? Listen to the word. South Africa is still part of Africa, if you believe it or not. And you are Black Africans. You don't feel yourself saying, fix our country. Ghana, let me tell you, South Africans, we have gold. We have bauxite. We have minerals. Ghana is not poor. Every day you read the news, you hear some huge billions, people spending billions of dollars in Ghana here. We are not broke people. We are hardworking people, and that is why we came to South Africa to work. And so this act should stop.
Breaking news, there is a great tension ongoing between South Africa and Ghana, whereby Ghana demands 1 million United States dollar they gave to South Africa during the administration of Nelson Mandela for freedom fighting. In fact, Ghanaians are literally demanding this money with interest to fix their nation. It's turning out that South Africa has responded, saying that during the late 90s and early 2000s, they actually hired doctors and teachers from Ghana as actually a returning donation of the amount they were given. And it's turning out that these professionals lived in South Africa tax-free, and you won't believe what has literally brought all these. This particular all saga has been brought by a section of South Africans who are demanding Black foreigners who are living in South Africa illegally to leave and go back to their nations with immediate effect. And it's turning out during the process there is a Ghanaian who was humiliated and he was in South Africa legally. And it's not only Ghanaians who are told to leave, also Nigerians and Tanzanians, according to the videos we've seen circulating across the social media platforms. All this particular thing has brought a major controversial tension online, whereby a lot of Africans literally asking that this one South Africa was actually helped or assisted to fight during the apartheid, when the white made racism a law, is the same South Africa that is trying to undermine Black people today in South Africa. What do you think? Leave everything at the comments section.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'll be remiss, since this is a gathering of African countries, if I do not comment on the troubling circumstances underway in South Africa. Here we are, banding together as West Africans, showing that we can work together, we can cooperate, and we can produce results together. That is the true spirit of Pan-Africanism. That is the true spirit of cooperation, which our founding fathers always worked tirelessly to achieve. It is really condemnable to see that particularly West Africans have come under another round of xenophobic attacks in South Africa. And this time, Ghanaians have been targeted and other nationals from West Africa. Earlier today, I held a meeting with the chargé of the South African High Commission in Accra. Yesterday, I had a telephone conversation with my counterpart, the Foreign Minister of South Africa. And in all of those engagements, Ghana has strongly condemned the xenophobic attacks our nationals have come under. I acknowledge that our counterparts in South Africa have expressed regret, have assured us that there will be investigations and that they will take steps to nip this really condemnable and regrettable xenophobic attack in the bud.
I also join you, Minister, in condemning the recent xenophobic attacks of West Africans in the Republic of South Africa and urge that the South African government address this matter within the framework of humanitarian law and African solidarity.
We continue to believe in Pan-Africanism, and we continue to believe that it is only when Africa unites that Africa's full potential will be realized. as our founder, the Osagefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, said. So it is really regrettable that at this time, when we've won such a huge victory at the United Nations, the Global South has come together, all Africans, people of African descent have come together, 123 countries sending a clear message against the transatlantic enslavement of our forebears, that in this modern era, we will see such hatred, such xenophobia against each other, against Africans. It is totally unacceptable. It is condemnable, and we will do everything as a government to protect our nationals and to make sure that we demand from the South African government to protect our citizens and to keep them safe, because they owe them that duty of care. Just as we will continue to make sure that all South Africans living in Ghana are safe, are protected, and we will not encourage any reprisal attack. We will condemn it, and we will not even contemplate it. And we know that Ghanaians are very welcoming, very hospitable, very peace-loving people, and they will not do that. So I do hope that this will be the last round of xenophobic attack that we will be seeing in South Africa.
The best thing you can do right now, if you're black and you're watching this, is apply for a passport, please, and start using it. You know, that's one of the weaknesses of South Africa, and that's why there's so much xeno.
Yeah, because people don't travel.
Hey, they don't know what exists beyond the... Heck, they don't know more. I've met South Africans who don't know, who've never been to Durban.
To Joburg. And they fear coming to Johannesburg. As someone who comes from KZN.
Now think of, what do you think? Do you think we're not scared when we cross a border to go to another country? Do you think that people are just like, yay, we're going? No. It's the scariest experience. When I was 21, jumping onto a plane, going to a different country where I know no one, I don't know what they eat. It's scary. But that's how also wealth is created, by traveling.
Sure.
Money knows no borders.
Yes.
Okay? So the reason why we don't know how much money they stole from Africa is because we've never been to their countries.
To see our wealth there.
Hey, go see that little island called UK. You cry. Little island. Rocks. They don't even have animals. But the wealth, scary.
We used to be a traveling people. If you think of
as Africans, we were.
Just from a natural perspective, you'd always go to fertile earth, always go to where the water's flowing.
We're nomads.
But now it's like you're stuck, and it's almost like you're frowned upon for even moving.
Yeah, you're frowned upon for even suggesting you want to move.
Yeah, to fertile earth. And fertile earth obviously is where you can make money.
So that's another concept of money pen.
Yeah.
In order to understand money travel, once you've traveled, you get perspective. Once you have perspective, you get vision. When you get vision, you can get a mission. When you get a mission, you can do it.